We're back at 6:44. Our coverage of the terror in Orlando continues this morning with 10 News Side's Tom Schaad live in Florida.
And Tom, you arrived yesterday as the shock was really starting to sink in.
Okay.
What's it like where you are now, and how are people coping with the tragedy now that it's been 3 days?
That seems to be the million-dollar question, Katie and Don, coping with this thing, because, you know, the city is still basically in shock, if you will, just for lack of a better term. Think about Orlando and what it is. I mean, this is like a family vacation destination. It's about happiness. It's about children running around at Disney World and having a good time. And whenever you come into Orlando International Airport, it reflects this great jovial atmosphere, like, hey, you're on vacation. You're at one of the happiest places on earth. And the city is really anything but at this point. But there is the sorrow that is starting to evolve into an act of defiance, if you will. People that we met are really saying, we're going to get through this. You see the hashtag Orlando Strong when you look at Twitter, for example. Last night there was a huge gathering at a place called Lake Eola, which is the downtown section of Orlando. Thousands upon thousands of people turned out for a vigil. So they are vowing, just like with Boston Strong after the bombing there in 2013, people here in Orlando say that they are going to get through this. But there is still a great wave of sadness. Last night, Aaron Kurtz and I, my photographer, we were wrapping up our day and we were going to Walgreens to pick up some incidentals, and there were people talking about the shooting, and there was this, I'm so tired. Not tired of hearing about it, but just so tired. It's draining. It is really cast a wet blanket over this entire city. And again, Orlando is a very happy place usually, but over the past 48 hours, this has been a time of healing for the entire city.
Hey, Tom, we're learning more about the victims, and we are also wondering if all of the families have been notified yet. What are you learning about the victims?
Well, we are learning at this point that they have all been identified, and there are so many stories. We just been trying to get our sources together over the past 48 hours or so ourselves, and things change so often when it comes to the stories that are emerging. We're learning more about the shooter. We're learning more about the people. I saw a video this morning that was actually quite chilling. It was a Snapchat video of a young woman, one of the victims who was killed, and she had herself on tape having a good time. And then I understand from the video that I saw on one of our affiliates here in Orlando that she had died in the club shooting. And when you look at things like that, that life is so precious and happening at one point, and the next point it's taken away. She was only 25 years old.
Tom Schaad in Orlando as the reality starts to sink in, and unfortunately very soon the funerals will begin.
That's right. And Tom, of course, will be reporting live from Orlando throughout the day here on WAVY TV 10. Tom, thank you so much.